I have set the grass on fire so this bloke cannot just run into the zone. He has to... I'm such a grub. Oh, look at him, Mr. Tenacious. I'll shoot... it's a flare gun. I can't shoot him with a flare gun. Okay, just M24. Congratulations. You're the real MVP. Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about Grens. Not a huge video, but just something I wanted to cover off because I did a Throwables masterclass recently, and that was great, but it's funny because I find so much detail in this stuff, and there are so many opportunities to make videos about things that I find interesting. Like we're re-knocking the same dude up there again and again, and that's great. And this is a standard grenade kind of thing, like just the artillery barrage, basically dropping mortars on top of the roof there. They're using smoke to try and cover off, which is completely pointless because smoke is not the reason they're getting wrecked. And then Swiss and I are chucking up mollies and frags, and it's all going well. But that's standard grenade doctrine, okay? The standard way of using a frag grenade. The standard way of basically... Swiss has killed the poor grub up there now. There's still one bloke left up there, so we're going to go up here and finish him off. But what I want to do is talk about something I've been doing a lot of lately and really focusing on in my gameplay, and that is the CQC grenade, or rather the grenade in direct combat. And I really enjoy this. And it's not just about doing damage. It's also about, it's not just about getting frags. It's also about disabling and doing damage. Before I do, though, I just want to remind you that the ESL Mobile Open signups are still on. There is a link in the description below. There's no downside to this. It's a free tournament. It's for anyone living in the USA, Mexico, or Canada. If you win and get through to the finals, or just get enough points and get through to the finals, you'll get flown to New York to compete for huge cash on a massive stadium with other PUBG Mobile heroes, and possibly, like this guy, just blow up in a social media sense. So make sure you sign up to that because it's going to be pretty fantastic. And as I mentioned, it's free. Now, on with the show. Let's talk about what's important to the world here, and that's advanced grenade tactics. Now, it's something I mentioned earlier isn't just about doing the damage. It's also about getting that gren cooked and ready to go before the bad guys turn up. So if you see someone rolling in a car, you launch it, right? And it means that, one, they're going to be under pressure. If they hang near the vehicle and you've set it up next to the vehicle, they're going to get smashed. Number two, they're probably going to take damage. So it means they then have to face a really tough tactical decision. One, do they start getting a heal off? Or two, do they engage in the gunfight? And you can see this bloke's rolled in a buggy. I've thrown a gren down there. It's landed fairly close. He's obviously taken damage because by the time I get down there, he's in strife. He gets absolutely wrecked. He stopped to get a heal off. It was pretty cool. You can also set grens up, much like you camp a box out. If you see someone hitting someone you've knocked, you let that person roll up, move near the box, and then a little light throw, cook the grenade, and let it fly. Voila! You have flambéed liz. Yeah, well, however you pronounce it. So, are you seeing how many... I'm constantly getting the grens out and ready before the contact gets there. Again, there's the contact. Now, he's got to come around that corner. It's either that or he's going to get frag gren. He doesn't have a choice. These are the kind of grens you want to start getting in CQC. And a lot of it's to do with how comfortable you are with your button setup and how quick you are to move on the controls. Because there's no denying that you have to be fast with your weapon switches and with your grenades to open up opportunities. I know that his teammates in there, you probably can't hear over the sound of my awesome voice and the incredible music in the background go, oh yeah, feel the beat, pump the house, yeah baby. But there's someone in there. I'm going to let you listen to this. Hear the heal. There's the heal. The heal tells me that gren did damage and he's trying to get up. And boom, that is the perfect opportunity to push. He's just got a syringe in his hand, jabbing it into his chest, adrenaline style. Now, we all know the good old days gren, the kind of, oh, I've got a knock, let's just chuck a random grenade over the top of this big-ass cliff and see if we get lucky. And that's great. When that comes off, that's wonderful. And that's the standard garden variety grenade that we all know and love. You know, it clears a frag, everyone's happy, you move on with life. But that's not really what we're talking about here. I'm going to show you something here, and it looks obvious, right? And then I'm going to slow it down and explain what's going on, why this is a bit more advanced. Number one, this is towards a final circle. That guy in there has just knocked one of my teammates, and I know he's there. Now, I want to get a gren off, but I want to do it without exposing myself and getting smashed in the same process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at where the window is there. Now, you see how I'm behind a rock and there's a window to my left, and I see someone moving it. I'm going to put my reticle across the window, and then I'm going to back up until I can see the top edge of the window. And the grenade, when you load it up, obviously, is going to have a little red dot on the end of it when it's hitting a structure. You can then drop that structure, that grenade, just down so that it's going to go through the window. And this is what I'm talking about with a CQC Advanced Tactic Grenade. This is going to serve two purposes. Number one, if it goes off, and I'm going to cook it so he's not going to have any time to make this choice, it's going to kill him. Number two, if he leaves, I am going to be pre-firing at the doorway that he's about to leave out of. So either way, I am going to get the win here. And I'm going to just let this one roll in a second. You see how I've lined up the window. I'm going to pull back until I get a look at the window. I'm going to release my grenade, and as I'm pulling back, it's cooking. So this is much easier. There it is. There's the red dot. There, it's going to go in the window. Wait for it, team. Waiting, and I'm going to get it real time now. And then I'm going to start pre-firing at the window that he's in or the door, depending on where he goes, but he just doesn't leave. He just doesn't leave. It was unnecessary. This is the great thing about CQC Grents. So, number one, if they don't frag and they don't kill, but you're fairly confident that you landed in the right spot and you know that someone's engaged in combat, you get one knock, that is a wonderful opportunity to actually start pushing and start tearing people apart, and it will give you opportunities to squad wipe and just really get big wins in that you're not expecting otherwise. Grens create pressure, they build damage over time, they force people to make bad decisions. I mean, this is your stock standard, I think there might be someone out there grenade. Like, there's noises coming from over there, that's where I'd be. You chuck the grenade, and that's all well and good. But at the end of the day, that's not the kind of grenade that we're talking about here. What we're talking about is when you're in tough squad fights or you see someone coming in early and you get your grenade in and actually do the work before they start getting the work done. Those are the kind of grens that you love. You'll see in this situation, I start putting and pegging grens out like there's no tomorrow. Low tossing. So I know they're all rolling in. They're going to be rolling into that area there. Great. I'm going to start chucking grens. That's not even the guy I looked at originally that I got with that gren. That is just the dude that rolled in the truck. And it creates confusion. They don't know what's going on. You get to thirst. Love a big thirst. So I hope that was a more helpful video for you. I hope you understand now what I'm talking about with these advanced gren techniques. It's about, just like you'd pre-fire and strafe out, you want to chuck your grens before you need them. It's very zen, isn't it? Very zen indeed. By the way, this is something I think really needs to be heightened. The molly is far better for clearing people behind these kind of objects. The reason being that a molly will land and splash on impact, a grenade will bounce, and that bounce can sometimes create distances that will not cause frags to knock targets. Whereas a molly is going to absolutely burn them up to a cinder. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm off to Tank Fest. Remember to sign up for that ESL Mobile Open, like the videos, subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep creating great content here. I hope you like it. As always, leave thoughts in the comments below. Try to be nice, but if you can't be nice, at least be constructively nasty. And until next time, yeah, just look after yourselves and stay safe on the battlefield. Go. I'm going to leave this one going for you so you can all get a good look at how things happen around here at boot camp. Bye for now.